There was an interesting moment on WWE SmackDown last Friday involving Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu of the Bloodline. It happened on air, and not many in the United States were able to see it, which fueled rumors of their potential breakup. Sikoa was advertised to appear on SmackDown and addressed his loss to Roman Reigns on Raw's Netflix debut. He lost to Reigns, who became the only tribal chief, putting the future of Sikoa's group in question. The former owner of the Eula Fala made his way to ring with his music and was booed by the San Diego crowd. He did not utter a single word, dropping his mic and leaving through the crowd. However, before Solo walked out, there was a part of the segment that was not shown in the USA Network broadcast, but was available on Netflix for the rest of the world. Fatu told the people to shut up and listen to Solo. After Jacob Fatu's short speech, he handed the mic to Solo Sikoa. The USA Network broadcast resumed at that point, with Sikoa walking out, leaving Fatu and Tama Tonga in disbelief. This led to the Samoan werewolf cutting a promo about just getting started before LA Knight came out to attack him in Tonga. Braun Strowman also showed up to even the odds, which set up a match between him and Fatu at Saturday night's main event on January 25 in San Antonio, Texas. Speaking on the latest episode of Something to Wrestle podcast, WWE Hall of Famer John Bradshaw Layfield was asked about the stars he would have loved to take on if he was still active. GBL mentioned Cody Rhodes, Nick Nemeth, and Jacob Fatu. The ongoing Bloodline storyline in WWE continues to captivate fans with its intricate layers of drama, tension, and family dynamics. A recent off-air moment between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa on WWE SmackDown has sparked significant buzz, fueling speculation about a potential breakup within the faction. While the cameras weren't rolling for the television audience, those in attendance witnessed a curious interaction that may hint at the future of the Bloodline. The context of the moment. Jacob Fatu, a prominent member of the Anoa'i wrestling dynasty and a well-established name in the wrestling world outside W.W.E, recently made his first appearance on SmackDown. While his on-screen role seemed to align with the Bloodline's interests, the off-air segment painted a more complicated picture. During a dark segment after SmackDown went off the air, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu were seen engaging in what appeared to be a heated exchange. This interaction, which was not acknowledged during the televised portion of the show, has left fans speculating about its implications. According to live reports from fans in attendance, the moment began with Jacob Fatu stepping into the ring after the main event, seemingly to celebrate with his cousins. However, Solo Sikoa's body language immediately shifted. The usually stoic enforcer of the Bloodline appeared visibly tense, maintaining a defensive posture as Fatu approached. What started as a handshake quickly escalated into a confrontation, with both men exchanging words that seemed far from friendly. Solo Sikoa's growing tensions within the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa's role within the Bloodline has always been unique. Positioned as the silent enforcer, his loyalty to Roman Reigns has been unwavering, at least on the surface. However, recent storylines have hinted at cracks in the foundation. Solo's occasional defiance, coupled with subtle moments of frustration, has led fans to question whether he's fully committed to Reigns' vision or if he's quietly plotting his own path. The introduction of Jacob Fatu into the mix only adds another layer to this tension. Fatu's reputation as a dominant force in the wrestling world makes him a potential threat to Solo's position within the Bloodline. Could this off-air moment be the beginning of a power struggle between the two? Jacob Fatu's role in the Bloodline's future. Jacob Fatu's appearance on SmackDown has been a long-awaited moment for fans familiar with his work in promotions like NLW, where he established himself as a fierce competitor with undeniable charisma. His alignment with the Bloodline seemed inevitable, given his family ties. However, Fatu's presence also complicates the dynamic within the faction. If W.W.E intends to integrate Jacob Fatu into the Bloodline storyline, it's unlikely he'll simply fall in line behind Roman Reigns. Fatu's larger-than-life persona and in-ring prowess make him a potential leader in his own right, which could disrupt the existing hierarchy. The off-air confrontation with Solo Sikoa might be an early indication of WWE's plans to position Fatu as a wild card within the faction. Fan reactions to the off-air moment. Social media erupted with reactions as fans who attended the show shared details about the untelevised interaction. Many speculated that the tension between Solo and Fatu is a deliberate move by WWE to plant seeds for a future storyline. Some fans expressed excitement at the possibility of a power struggle within the bloodline, while others questioned whether the faction could survive another internal feud. Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa squaring off. That's money right there, one fan tweeted. The bloodline storyline just keeps getting better. Others noted the potential for Jacob Fatu to shake up the WWE landscape. If W.W.E plays their cards right, Jacob Fatu could be the next big thing. That tension with Solo felt so real. Another fan commented, "What this means for Roman Reigns." Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed tribal chief, has managed to keep the bloodline under his control through a mix of manipulation and sheer dominance. However, the inclusion of Jacob Fatu and the growing tension with Solo Sikoa could threaten his grip on the faction. Reigns has already faced challenges from within, most notably from Jey Uso during their intense feud earlier this year. Adding another potential rebel in Jacob Fatu might force Reigns to reassess his strategy. The tribal chief's reaction to this off-air moment will be crucial. Will he attempt to mediate between Solo and Fatu, or will he view Fatu's presence as a threat to his authority? Given Reigns' history of eliminating dissenters, Fatu's integration into the bloodline could be short-lived if he doesn't fall in line. Possible storyline directions. There are several ways WWE could capitalize on this off-air moment. A power struggle within the bloodline. Jacob Fatu could challenge Roman Reigns' leadership, positioning himself as a rival tribal chief. This would create a compelling storyline that pits family against family. Solo Sikoa's breakaway. The tension between Solo and Fatu might lead to Solo finally stepping out of Reigns' shadow. A feud between Solo and Fatu could elevate both wrestlers and add fresh energy to the bloodline storyline. An alliance against Reigns. Solo and Fatu might eventually unite against Roman Reigns, forming a new faction that challenges the established order. A short-term feud. WWE might use the tension between Solo and Fatu as a one-off storyline to establish Fatu's credibility before fully integrating him into the bloodline. Conclusion. The off-air moment between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa has injected new intrigue into the bloodline storyline. While it remains to be seen how WWE will address this interaction on television, the possibilities are endless. Whether it leads to a power struggle, a new alliance, or a full-blown breakup of the bloodline, one thing is certain. The Inoue family drama continues to be must-watch television for WWE fans. As the story unfolds, all eyes will be on SmackDown to see how this curious moment plays into the future of the bloodline.